Alright, ladies and gents, as ever, my name is Shane, that's Shane's Games, and today we're going to be playing Scratches, the Director's Cut for the PC. This won't be our first time playing it, so if you want to see how we got to where we are tonight, or check out some of the games we played in the past, be them obscure, unusual, or nostalgic, feel free to check out our YouTube channel. But for today, we'll go ahead and get into the game. So last week, we actually finished the base game of Scratches. But, however, as I said before, one of the major things that the Director's Cut added was it added an extra chapter that acts as an epilogue to the game. So that is what we're going to be playing today. So we're actually going to go to New here, and that allows us to play either the base game or the epilogue, which is called The Last Visit. Also, Groshin, welcome in. How are you doing today? The Jerry Chronicles, how to scam a scribe and why you don't give them your personal phone number. You know, I hadn't thought about it last week, but we definitely called Jerry outside of business hours. So yeah, he must have given us his home phone number, and the regret must have been profound there. My God. My God. And Valkos, welcome in. How are you doing today? How's everything going with you? Thank you for 26 months of support. Why do I feel itchy while watching this game? Itchy tasty. Resident Evil joke, sorry. And welcome in. It is good to see you as always. Alright, so let us go ahead and jump into this one. Yeah, as soon as I said that joke, I'm like, oh God, that joke's like 20 years old. I'm like, I hope he knows what I'm talking about and doesn't think I just went insane for a second there. I'm starting to realize at work now that some of my references are older than the people I work with, and just sort of makes me sound psychopathic when I say them, because if they don't recognize where they're from. We're at least 20 years old, I think, last time I checked. That at least is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence for me, I'll tell you that much. All right, let's get started on this thing. Jump into it, see what we got here. The Last Visit.
In other words, you must head right away to the Blackwood estate and get me something.
But sir, that story is long forgotten now. No one cares anymore about...
They will as soon as the estate is demolished. 2 weeks from now, that place is going to be smashed to bits. It's such an event where you fly of all the rumors and madness.
Michael Arthayet supposedly solved the Blackwood enigma, but for some reason never shared his solution. Perhaps I could persuade him...
You can forget about that. Mr. Arthayet rarely speaks to the press, and less so about this story. Not even the most experienced and reputed reporters in the field have convinced him to talk.
I'm glad to hear you think so highly of me, sir. Perhaps he decided that preserving the mystery would be in the best interests of everyone.
No, I think he's a very unstable fella, and his solution was probably as far-fetched as what town people were rumoring back in the 60s. You know, a family curse or aliens from outer space possessing Blackwood.
Yes, thrilling. What about Jerry Carter?
Jerry Carter was convicted to 8 years in prison with a serious charge of fraud, but only spent 4 inside, and is now doing community services under probational liberty. He's never crossed a single word with Michael since his stay at Blackwood Manor, and probably doesn't know a thing about the mystery.
I can't say I'm excited about this, but I don't have much of a choice, I guess.
No, what you have is a potentially great article on your hands. Do your best, as this is probably our last chance to shed some light about what happened inside that house.
Fine. I'll drive there tomorrow.
Alright, there's our setup right there. As well as our answer to what happened to Jerry.
I've parked my car inside the estate, and I'm about to start investigating.
Oops, I forgot I gotta change my options there. We have to change, let's see, gamma correction to low, and alternate control to disabled. For some reason it doesn't save my settings. I gotta do that every time, I forgot about that. Let's see, Turtark, your partner's second oldest, is officially an adult, and I've been struggling with this reality. That's gotta be hard to get your head around. That's pretty crazy. sad realization that no one around you understands your Monty Python references anymore. Oh God, like Monty Python's older than I am, so I imagine for young folks today, it's got to be like way back there. Yeah, there's a couple people at my job that are in their mid-20s, so that's a lot. Hey, Damage Plushie! Welcome in, Plushie. How are you doing today? How was your stream? I believe you were playing Final Fantasy Tactics today. How was that? How are you enjoying that? I hope you're having a great time with that. And to anyone in Plushie's stream that doesn't know me, my name is Shane. That's Shane's Games. I play the obscure, the unusual, and the nostalgic. And today we're playing Scratches, the Director's Cut, specifically the extra scenario that was included with the Director's Cut. Let me get caught up right here. Time to spring the Goon Show on them. Oh God. Like, I'm aware of it. I'm aware of its connection to Python, but I don't even know much about the Goon Show, which is crazy. Let's see. Eat Scunge, welcome in. Yeah, we are just getting started. It's a good time. Plushie, you're having a blast, made very little story progress, but the music is a vibe, and we unlocked more classes. Excellent, excellent. I'm glad you're enjoying that one. I have never finished that one. I usually get frustrated somewhere around the halfway point. Looking Glasses, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hope you are doing good. All right. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure why, but the alternate controls basically break everything in here. As you saw by me looking skyward and spinning, it just kind of does that. So you have to turn those off if you're going to play. Or if there's a way to actually fix it, I am unaware of it. Alright, so it doesn't look like I can look at my car at all. Alright, so we are 10 years past the end of the game, and we are playing a reporter that is coming to try to figure out the secrets of Blackwood before it is demolished in 2 weeks. No one's been able to talk to the author, Michael, from the first game, or from the base game. And we also know now that Jerry's in prison, was in prison for fraud, which, good. I want to try Toxic Commando just because I do like co-op shooters like that, and also I like the John Carpenter. He's a good dude. At Last, the 1948 show. Again, I'm familiar with that one, but like I've never seen it. How's the day treating me? It's still the morning for me, but I had a good breakfast, so we're doing good there. Kolchak, there's another one. Like, I've never seen Kolchak, but I know of Kolchak. The Night Stalker. I mostly know of it because I know it was a big inspiration on the X-Files. Yeah, Jerry deserves prison, because he absolutely did commit that fraud. He really totally did. Basically, if you missed it in the base game, Jerry was our estate attorney, and he sold us this house, except he didn't actually have the rights to this house. He just took a whole bunch of money for it and then sent us to a house that we did not have the legal right to be in. Another fucking zombie shooter, that's amazing.
There's a huge amount of junk inside this garage. I won't even attempt going in.
Alright. So, we're assuming the solution to the mystery is not in the garage. That's fair. That's fair. I guess it doesn't... there's got to be somewhere it's not. Original 2 TV movies for Kolchak and later 2 TV series hold up. Alright. May have to check it out sometime. Like, the premise sounds fantastic. I do like that. Alright, so this way led over to the greenhouse and the chapel.
I can't go this way.
Looks like it's flooded, maybe? I think that's supposed to be water. Yeah, I don't think I can get over that way now. I guess the past decade has not been great to the estate. What is that? Hello?
It looks like someone left in a rush and dropped all their, souvenirs.
Oh, someone must have been looting the house and they dropped a bunch of, like, candelabras as they were fleeing the place. All right, well, nothing I can pick
Whoever
up.
left all this stuff in here must have been leaving the house in quite a hurry.
Yeah, which is strange.
Whoever left all this stuff in
Get
here
in here
must
in the
have been
first
leaving
place
the
and
house
leave it
in
behind.
quite a hurry.
All right. So, yeah, a little bit of looter activity. Since it's probably been abandoned since the end of the last game. That makes sense. Makes you wonder if anyone ever properly dug up Mrs. Blackwood. I mean, Michael never told anybody about Mrs. Blackwood, so probably not. It sounds like Michael didn't talk to anybody after the end of the game. Yeah, the meta plot in X-Files did not really go anywhere, but like the early season meta plot episodes, like, they feel like they're going somewhere good, so those are still kind of cool. Alright, let's head up to the door here. If there's anything to look at around here. Do we need to knock? No, let's try the handle. Oh, alright, door's unlocked.
The whole place is exhibiting signs of vandalism and trashing.
Signs of Trashing? That actually sounds like a good album title. Oh, I was gonna say, let's check the time, but no, somebody knocked down the grandfather clock. Holy crap. The Mega Science welcome in. He's a mandroid. He's a very strange person as far as his acting. But like, I've seen him doing interviews, he's kind of just like that. Which is very weird. Alright. See what we got in here. I saw some graffiti on the walls. We'll definitely check that out. But yeah, there's not nearly as many hot spots as there was in the base game, so it's probably not going to take too long to inspect everything.
These paintings must have been quite pricey. They're worthless now.
Yeah, it looks like they're kind of water damaged at this point. Unfortunate. Referencing a specific scene? I mean, X-Files went on for quite a long time. Lots of scenes in there. I know, I was a big fan of the TV show Breaking Bad, and I found out that the showrunner for that one wrote like 5 or 6 episodes of X-Files, and I went back and checked which ones he wrote, and they were like some of my favorites. So I guess that dude's just amazing at what he does.
The graffiti is barely readable. Not that I would want to read it. I doubt it would provide many clues.
Yeah, I can't make out any of the graffiti on this wall. Over here, this one's a little easy. The one that says murderer. I wonder what that's in reference to. Like, do they think that Michael killed someone? Surely not. Oh god, can we go into the secret passage in the fireplace? Oh, are we starting with the secret? Oh god, alright, I guess it's right there. This is where the base game ended once we found this secret passage in the fireplace. And the terrible secrets it held. Kind of bizarre we're doing this right at the start now.
Just useless junk.
Yeah, nothing in this room, definitely. I might as well jump right in since the player knows true, but I'm just wondering if there's anything to find down here immediately now. That's the big question. My favorite line from X-Files I remember very vividly, which is from one of the episodes from the first season, is they found this thing in the sewers, this like creepy like egg/nest thing. And Mulder, like, it was covered with slime, and like Mulder ran his finger through the slime when he was inspecting it. And Scully says, "That smells like bile." And Mulder just pauses and he says, "How can I get this off my hands quickly without betraying my cool exterior?" And like, that just feels like such a fan fiction line from a show that had no fan fiction yet because it's still just like 3 weeks into airing. I enjoyed that one. It was fun. It is still very dark down here. Like, oh god, there's the...
Oh, there's an intense smell of urine in this room. It seems like cats have claimed it as their home.
Oh, that's, oh god. All right. Cool. Love that smell. All right, we can go in here. Cool. There wasn't much to see in here originally, I know. I don't think there's going to be too much to see here now. Aside from the obvious, that giant hole in the wall. Making sure, though. Yeah, no, it doesn't look like much. So, under the hole in the wall.
Ah, there's some object inside that hole. Ah, there's also a nasty cat in there as well.
Ah! Ah!
Ah! It almost ripped my hand off.
Alright, so there's something in the hole, but I can't get to it because there's a mean cat there. Alright, he says cat, but also we know from the base game that the evil in this house had a connection to felines, so that might be something else. But I don't think there's anything we can do there for now. Do we have an inventory? Yes. We've got a journal, just like Michael did. Take a look at that. Oops. Maybe? Have to inspect it?
This is my trusty recorder. I'm using it to make a testament of my visit to Blackwood Manor.
Alright. So not a diary. Not sure if that's something we'll be able to inspect. Oh, hey. Oh, jeez. This is the door that was Michael barred to save himself at the end of the first game. It's supposed to be right here? That door is 100% off its hinges now. That's not great. Okay. Nothing super spooky down here yet. Although we're going to need to figure out a way to get past that cat, I think. Perhaps. Yeah, the game doesn't have 10 controls. I always appreciate that, definitely. Symphony, oh god. Does she even do that for the, does she even do that for the, graffiti, too? Makes sense. He sounds kind of, oh yeah, he does sound a little bit like a Dinner with an L guy. Interesting. Why are doors not allowed to get some exercise? I mean, if they need oil, you know, that squeaking would get to me. Can we try the lights? No. All right, let's see if we can go in here.
I guess the doorknobs must have been very valuable.
Oh yeah, someone ripped the doorknob right off. All right, so I guess we're not going in there. We'll try exploring the first floor first before we go up to the second floor. Or higher if we can, but like the third floor was already in pretty bad shape before. I'm not sure how much we're going to be able to find in there now. There's the phone.
This phone seems to have gone through some rough moments.
I mean, it did see us calling Jerry a whole lot. Doesn't look like it's too functional now, though. Alright, well this door has got a knob at least. That's a good thing.
In its current state, this is an extremely uninviting dining room.
Would not dine, can confirm. Oh man, UHF! I have not seen that movie in forever. I feel like I should go back to it at some point. Like, Weird Al's just amazing. Also, like, I was always wondering, I'm like, why did the movie do so badly in theaters? Like, it's amazing. Check what else came out the weekend UHF came out, and you'll be like, oh, alright, it had some competition, was all. Nothing to look at over there. Weird Al signed your copy, hell yes! That is spectacular. Definitely a nice keepsake right there.
Yeah, The door is stuck beyond hope.
Alright, so not going in there either. So we're a little limited. We can't explore the entire mansion, but this is supposed to be a specific epilogue, I guess. We don't need the whole mansion for that. Alright. Still some of the pottery. They didn't steal everything, I guess. That's gotta count for something, right? Hopefully. Alright, can we get back here? I don't even see an interaction point there.
The doorknobs here were likely of a high value. No wonder. This place must have been glittering in its heyday.
Alright, so no knob there, so that means we can't get to the basement or the back of the house. Alright, that limits us definitely. So I guess we're heading up to the second floor now. Oh, that's really cool. Everything I've heard about Weird Al just is that he's just the nicest dude ever. And, you know, it's good to know. They always say don't meet your heroes.
I think I'll take my chances with the other stairway. This one looks quite dangerous.
It's always good when, you know, they say don't meet your heroes, but then one of them turns out to be exactly as cool as you'd hope. There's gotta be a win in there somewhere, and he's definitely one of them. Alright, so we can get up to the second floor probably, but not with those stairs. They're in bad shape. Let's try these ones. Curious, what are your thoughts on the Claude Code debug file source code accidental release? It's hilarious, because what are they gonna do? Say, sure, we stole all this training data, and we've been arguing for the last year that it's legal for us to steal that. But this you can't steal. No, that's wrong. I hope they try. I do. Amusing to me. Reminds me how the original Alan Wake released at the same time as Red Dead Redemption. Yeah, that was a tough week. It was. Has anyone ever said don't let your heroes meet you? No, but that's an amazing threat. Holy crap. That sounds really menacing. I dig that. Also seems like it would be good for a like a movie about evil superheroes. And I know those are popular. Don't let your heroes meet you. Like the TV show The Boys. That would be a good catchphrase for that show.
These paintings must have been quite pricey. They're worthless now.
Alright, so we got up here. So this was Michael's room, or the room he was staying in originally. See if there's anything in there.
This is the room where Michael Arthayet slept those 3 fateful days. Not much to see here, though.
Yeah, we don't know if he left the house immediately after the end of the game. We really don't know what happened after that, aside from the fact that he became a very well-known author and never spoke about what went on here or what he found. Did an entire Python rewrite. Interesting. Claw code, I love it. Alright. Nothing to see with the mirror or the desk there. It looks like they mostly just kept all the same interaction points. They just redrew some stuff. So we can still go to any place the game will let us. From the first, things just look kind of different, and there's very little to click on compared to the first game. Oh, the "it was perfect." That does come up a lot. I like that one. Oh yeah. Batman keeps a bit of a monopoly on the city. He's like, I get to be a vigilante, but you guys cannot. That's my thing. Don't steal my thing. Original concept, do not steal.
That's odd. Arthayet left most of his stuff in here. In turn, it seems, later visitors have barely left anything.
Alright, so some of Michael's stuff is still in here, so yeah. He probably just straight up fled after the events of the finale of the base game, which makes sense. That was pretty spooky. I don't think I'd want to stick around either after all that. Derivative works are still derivative works. If nothing else, it'll complicate the legal situation, draw things out a bit, which again, very amusing to me. I'm only taking entertainment out of the situation, nothing else. That's it. Alright, so nothing else to see in here, it doesn't look like, aside from the remnants of Michael's work. And again, this place looks like it's been ransacked like the rest of the house. Yeah, copyright is incredibly complicated. Like, I'm sure all you folks remember me having to get really mad at people that use the term abandonware. Which, just a reminder, literally means nothing. There is no legal weight to the term abandonware. Please stop telling people that's a thing. I mean, in fairness, Kissa, if you were to ask a lawyer about that, they would probably say, Python's a snake, right? Because there's still a lot of lawyers that don't have great grip over tech concepts. What about abandonware? I mean, if you find clothes on the ground, like on the street, like, you could take that probably. I think that's not super legally dubious. Yeah. You can do that. I'm putting my foot down right there. If you find a shirt in the middle of the street, it's yours now. Finders keepers. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and the other 10th we don't care about. Alright, so this was the...
Aha, plot thickens. This is the gallery where James Blackwood carried on his eccentric hobby. Or what's left of it.
Yes, so this was the gallery. We know that James Blackwood is a collector of African artifacts and came across one that was possibly cursed. Let's see what's left in here. Specifically, is that mask still in here? That's the big question. I don't know what's scarier, that it's still here or that it's not still here. Just like I took that fully intact air hockey table, it was on the curb. If it's on the curb, it's fair game. What were they doing? Bringing it into the house and decided to leave it on the curb while they took a little break? No. Unfortunately, as of right now, the air hockey table is dismantled and it's under my bed because I don't have room for it. But I'm hoping once I get a house, I'm going to have a space for it again. Oh, that'd actually be really neat, some guy in a hat. I think that'd be kind of a fun concept. I know there were some VR movie theaters that I saw. I don't know if somebody could just do it in there. Excuse me. Deader than Nebula.
What a shame they took everything. I would have loved to have seen what kind of stuff Blackwood kept here.
Yeah, I guess if you're looting the house, like, a room full of artifacts seems like an excellent place to be looting, so I'm not surprised that the looters took basically everything out of this room.
Not much to see here.
Like, even if you don't know what the stuff is, like, it seems like a pretty good guess that it's gonna be something worthwhile.
How interesting. This seemed to be a secret storeroom. Whatever was here must have been of high importance. Unless they wanted to keep it secured for other reasons.
But, yeah, the mask does not appear to be here anymore. Which, seems like a bad thing.
Just useless junk.
That seems not good. Because if the mask isn't here, where is it? Concerning. May I refer you to the legal precedent of finders, keepers, losers, weepers? Profoundly enshrined into the law. Yeah, like, especially when you start talking about the law concerning things like fair use and derivative works. Understand there are people that spend their entire careers studying those. It's insanely complicated and also different in different jurisdictions. I got in an argument with a viewer once on Discord about derivative works. And the end of that argument was us realizing that we were both right, because I was talking about American law and they were talking about German law, and our interpretations were correct for our respective jurisdictions. We didn't realize that the difference that we were arguing over actually existed. So that was the most anticlimactic way that argument could have ended, but also hilarious. Both of us had a good sense of humor about it, at least. All right, so nothing else to see in the gallery here. Let's head across.
This room was probably a cozy place before. Not anymore.
All right, and this is the guest bedroom. A few puzzles in here, but not much else. I notice we can't interact with the hidden safe anymore, but it seems to be closed anyway. And there wasn't anything that would really interest our journalist friend, I don't think.
A bottle of thalidomide. I remember reading something about that drug.
Could you be any more vague? Thalidomide. Yeah, I heard about that one time. Anyway, moving on. That's it? That's your entire context? Did you just want us to know that you read things sometimes? Without providing any useful information? What are we doing here? Heard licking doorknobs is illegal on other planets? Depends on what planet you're talking about, but generally it's a good idea to assume, I think. If Anthropic is correct and they used AI to generate the... Oh yeah, if they used AI to generate the code, then... Oh, that complicates things. Emperor, welcome in. How are you doing today, Emperor? Hope you are doing great. Kellerman, good to see you as well. No, there was no banning. There was no banning. It got pretty heated, I'll admit, but also in the end, like, once we realized, we're like, wait, where are you based? We got a very good laugh about that. Basically, Punisher. Basically, that's what it came to. We're like, wait. Oh, that's how it works in your jurisdiction. Oh, well, here's how it works in mine. Oh, we're both right. Interesting. Just lying to impress us, he doesn't know anything about it. Honestly, that kind of is how it felt like. Oh, thalidomide. Yes, of course. I have definitely heard of this. But anyway. Alright, well, I don't see anything else in here. Wasn't that much in here to begin with, though. Let's see, so there's Michael's room. So down here was the fancy-ass bathroom, which I don't know if there was actually anything to do in the bathroom in the original game. We'll see if there's anything to do in here now, but I somehow doubt it.
The window seems to have been covered with mud.
That's odd. How did that happen? Did someone do it intentionally? Oh, why?
I can't see a thing in this bathroom, and I forgot to bring my flashlight.
Alright, I know there's certain plot conveniences needed in a video game. Why would you decide to explore an abandoned manor and not bring a flashlight? Like, how of all the things to forget, like, that's the thing you bring. Bring a flashlight. You can forget everything else. You might have forgotten your shoes. I'd understand that, but you didn't think to bring a flashlight to the abandoned Victorian manor? Oh, God. Kiwi, welcome in. I'm doing good. How are you doing today, Kiwi? Hope you're doing well. Ooh, is Frictional actually doing like a remaster of Amnesia? Because those were really interesting games back in the day, but they don't hold up great. Oh God, yeah. Archive.org is a really great site and everyone should use it, but also like don't pretend you know the legal situation going on there because it's incredibly complicated. These places typically have tons of for use candles. Unfortunately, it was actually a plot point in the first in the base game that there weren't any candles in the house. So yeah, we're completely out of luck there. All right, can I not go up the stairs? Or do I have to be at a different point? Oh no, here we go. All right, so I can go up to the 3rd floor.
I won't be able to go upstairs. It looks too dark. And, dangerous.
All right. So yeah, stairs. I mean, like I said, the 3rd floor was basically unfinished last time we were here, and after 10 years, I imagine it's probably in pretty bad shape. Oh, they are making something new. All right, that I'm going to have to check out. I would be curious about that. Kiwi, you're doing good. Excellent, excellent. What if you're scared of flashlights, but like abandoned Victorian manors? All right, in that case, this guy's probably having the best day of his life right here. They put the candles inside the Skyrim dungeons where they will stay lit permanently. Of course.
I think I'll take my chances with the other stairway. This one looks quite dangerous.
All right, yeah, so we can't interact with it from this side either. All right. Something on the floor here? I should say, so there's something on the floor there that we care about. I don't think so. Like a downed light fixture, maybe? All right. I'm trying to remember where that hidden room was. It was up on the 3rd floor, though? I think? Yeah, I think that was on the 3rd floor, so I don't think we'll be able to find that. I mean, not really much to see in that case. There's no way to get back past the 2nd hallway, right? In that case, I think we've explored the whole manor. And didn't really find anything of note? We must have missed something then.
There's no chance of going this way. Not unless I find the exact same doorknob.
Alright, so yeah, unless we find some doorknobs, we're not getting back there. Alright, it didn't look like there was much to see, so I'm going to take a little peek at the guide. See if I can get like the foothold here. Another hand touches the beacon. Yeah, unless I find the exact same doorknob. If it's just a similar doorknob, I'm not going to bother with that. I'd have to bend over, pick it up. I'd have to put it in my pocket. It's probably all dirty. Nah, none of that. Oh, it sounds like so much work. Oh my God. All right, so let's see what we got here. Anything else? Let's see, doesn't sound like it. Sorry, give me a second. All right, so yeah, there's an item that we missed. So we gotta go track that down. Let's start there at least. Let's Let's go ahead and make a save here. Let's see. Yeah, we'll save over this, I think. And where's his dedication to his craft? Like, he's literally here for one thing, and that's to investigate. Then he's like, I don't know that I want to investigate too hard. I'll just walk to the back of the house, then back to the front of the house, and go, yeah, I did the thing. Humming his own theme tune like Kronk. If you've got your own, if I had my own theme song, I'd probably be humming it constantly. He's literally here for one thing. It's disgusting. In this abandoned house is something you won't believe. Alright, so let's head back over to the garage. Good look. Ah, here we go.
This can might prove useful.
Sure. For an investigative journalist, you can never have too many cans that you found on the ground.
This can might prove useful.
Like, again, I know video games need certain mechanics sometimes, but like, why an investigative reporter would be like, ooh, a can! I honestly don't know.
I can't go this way.
Alright, so this way is all flooded, but I bet we could grab some of the water with our can. There we go.
This can might prove useful.
It doesn't say anything different now. Alright, so we got a can full of water. That's a thing. Yeah, maybe we can just scoop up all the water. Maybe we could drink all the water, too. That might be a thing. Get that water out of our way very slowly and painfully.
Ugh! There's something moving down that hole. There's a faint light coming from it, but I can't see what's inside.
Made me jump a little bit there with that. Ugh. Can we pour water down the hole? I think we might have just poured water on that angry cat downstairs. Alright, we should probably go down there and see if it bolted, but also I'm gonna grab some more water to protect myself. Because that was a really angry cat. And like, if a cat's sufficiently angry, like, that thing will just tear your face off. There's some things I'm not interested in trying in this life, and messing with a cat that lusts for my blood is not one of them. That was a cat noise. Sounded like a tired man waking up to water on his face. That might be what was down the hole too, possibly. We might find a very tired and wet old man now, in which case I don't want to deal with that either, honestly. But we'll see, we'll see. Oh god, the pool zombie. Old Lady Salem, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing good. Hello. Alright. Angry cat, you still there?
And the prize is a doorknob.
Ooh, alright. Could that be the doorknob we needed to get to the kitchen area? Let's see.
This doorknob is probably of more value than my entire outfit.
Is that a praise of the doorknob or a diss on his outfit? Honestly, can't tell. Hell yes, doorknob! I mean, if it's worth that much money, like, honestly, yeah, let's leave and get that on eBay. How cheap is his outfit? It was Casual Friday today, so he decided to wear his burlap sack. It's you make fun of him, but it's really breathable, and he can move around very easily. Year Zero by Ghost, good album, good album. The gilded doorknob is made of other smaller gilded doorknobs. Alright, so this is the one where he was talking about the exact correct doorknob. Does this fit? I'll be damned, yeah, that is the exact correct doorknob.
Ugh. I wonder if this kitchen was ever tidy.
Probably not. Alright, now it's a good thing that we got into the kitchen. Sure, I agree, but also getting into the kitchen gets us a little bit closer to getting into the basement, and oh, I don't want to go down there ever again. That was super friggin' creepy. So let's not. Is there a sign on the door? Oh no, the basement door is gone. Oh God, why is there no door down to the basement? What happened to that?
There must be a reason why the burglars didn't pick these cans. Oh, judging by their smell, I think I know why.
Oh, good. Just rotten food up here. Cat piss smell downstairs. Wonderful. What a lovely house. Alright, oh jeez. Alright. Where do we want to start here? Let's finish checking out this room, I think.
My goodness, they didn't even spare the forks.
Alright, so this place has been very thoroughly cleaned out. I imagine some looters came here and couldn't find anything else and just had to kind of take what they could get. This room that wasn't open without a doorknob wasn't robbed. Strange. Everybody else was too lazy to go in there without a doorknob
This
either.
door is severely damaged. There doesn't seem to be anything of interest beyond it, so I won't bother.
Yeah, that was just the maid's room and the maid's bathroom. Alright, let's go check out the basement, I guess. Oh, God.
The atmosphere is almost unbearable down here in the basement. The walls are dripping with moisture.
Nope, that's the stairs again. Shoot. There we go. Oh, yeah, let's go further into the basement. See what we got in here. We never did get that drain cover open. I figured that would be used for something.
It's a huge furnace, which still doesn't seem quite large enough to heat the whole house.
It is a very large house, it's true.
It's a huge furnace, which still doesn't seem quite large enough to heat the whole house.
Alright, so doesn't seem like there's anything too interesting down here. Which is good, because I really don't want to stick around down here. Doing a last check for items before we get out of here, so hopefully I don't have to come back. Literally ever, last time in the creepy basement. Hell yeah. Alright, I'm convinced there's nothing down here. Let's get out. Nobody brought their own knobs? When you're exploring a possibly haunted Victorian mansion, always bring some knobs. What kind of knobs? I just bring a variety, you know. Go over to the hardware store, ask them for a variety pack of knobs. They will know exactly what you're talking about and will not at all look at you like you're a crazy person. And also, I'm sure it'll be very affordable. It's the time I should mix up the Nutella ice cream. Ooh. I hope that turns out well. That could be very interesting right there. But they're already bringing themselves. Also, Turatark and Kissa have redeemed Invest in a Harvester sequel. Too many games make you look for keys, I think. Like, that's just a too worn of a trope that you have to find keys to unlock doors. It's so tedious. What if you have to find door knobs to get through all the doors? What if that was a thing? Every door had a unique door knob. And if you have the wrong doorknob, then it just won't open the door. So you actually have just like, instead of your inventory being your pockets or like a backpack, you've just got like a giant sack full of doorknobs. And like every cinema actually shows Steve hauling around a sack full of doorknobs, like 20 pounds worth of doorknobs. Now, some games, when you're done with a key, you just discard the key. No, not here. Not here. You keep every doorknob forever just in case. You never know where you're going to need it. Sack of knobs! And then every time you find someone who says, I tried to get in that door, but I wasn't able to, you're like, hey, you, want to take a look at my knob sack? And if you want, it's right here. Yeah? Get right up close in there. If you find anything interesting. Find anything you like in there. That'll happen in basically every cinema of the game, I think. At some point, I will find a way to shoehorn it in there. No matter how hard it is, I'll make sure it happens. That's my dedication to you. Just walk in and say, I'm here for your knob! And then just don't follow up anything. Just hold your hand out and wait for something to happen. You have to just keep getting strong enough until you're strong enough to bust through the door. I seem to remember there was at least one game I played that was like that, where like there was a stuck door, and it was an RPG style game, and you need to have a certain strength rating to just bash the door open, which is kind of hilarious. Alright, so can we go out back?
It's impossible to go this way. The door is rusted shut.
Alright, so can't get into the maid's room, can't go out back. Haven't found anything else here. Go ahead and make another save while we're here. And I'm going to take a little peek at the hint file again. See if I can figure out what I'm supposed to be doing next. The main game sometimes had a problem with it being a little bit pixel hunty, and I feel like this might also go down in that direction. Oh, yeah, I missed a couple of things, as a matter of fact. Let's see if we can track those down. Yeah, it turns out there's a bunch of new hotspots, and I'm supposed to be finding those. One. Let's see what we got here. Alright, nothing there.
My goodness, they didn't even spare the forks.
Not the forks! How dare they? You know, looting a house is one thing, but taking the forks, that's just cruel. Although now I'm reminding, there used to be a show on Discovery Channel back in the day. I think it was called To Catch a Thief or something like that. And it was basically like they had a professional burglar like test your home security and then talk about how you can improve it. And like the guy was like a former burglar and like did spend some time in jail for, you know, breaking into people's houses and stealing stuff. And one of the things that he mentioned on there, which I will never forget because it was just the most unbelievably petty thing, is he's like, usually I don't steal the TVs because they're too big, but I usually do steal the remotes because that's funny. And I'm like, wow, that guy's a super villain. Because, like, who would even think of that? What a monster. Oh, you had relatives on that show. Holy crap. I loved that show back in the day. It was a lot of fun. If you do go to Outback, make sure to get the bloomin' onion. I love those bloomin' onions. I'm still angry. I looked up a recipe for a bloomin' onion once. And, like, the first step was cut the onion into a bloom. I'm like, that's the part I don't know how to do. You have to tell me how to do that part. Otherwise, it's just bread it and fry it. I know how to do that bit. It was weird to watch. I can imagine, like, especially if you didn't know they were going to be on there. Like, that would have been super surreal. All right, was there anything else on that shelf over there, maybe? Check that out. Yeah, finding somebody you know on TV when you weren't expecting that's quite a wild trip.
There must be a reason why the burglars didn't pick these cans. Oh, judging by their smell, I think I know why.
Well, says I'm missing something in this room. What am I missing here? Let's see. Ah, it's in the basement. I'm missing a couple things. All right, so I have to go down to the spooky basement again. I thought I covered everything, but apparently I missed maybe 2 things down there. Holy crap. Had a universal remote and you made sure to reset it before you... Oh my god. It's diabolical, Fall Holes. Why do you hate them so much? Holy crap. That's... wow. What did they do to wrong you so? Alright, is there something on the floor here? Supposed to find? What am I looking for here? I don't see anything over there. Oh, here we go. Picked up something there. What did I pick up?
Some cleaning fluid.
Oh, alright. Cool. Am I gonna have to clean this house? Is this a house flipper type scenario? Am I gonna have to tidy this whole place out and then like try to sell it somehow? Convince the company that's gonna demolish it that actually they shouldn't demolish it, then I have to hold a fundraiser to reserve the place and end up having a bikini car wash and lots of wacky hijinks, hilarious misunderstandings. Sadly, it's an 80s movie for some reason. I don't know how that happened, but that's where we are. Or probably not, now that I'm thinking about it. That seems like a lot. It seems far-fetched. But it's possible. You never know when an 80s movie's going to break out. Sometimes these things just happen spontaneously, regardless of what year it is. How to avoid the death penalty? Oh, jeez. Don't murder anybody? That's a good start. Short show, though. Oh, here we go. What was that?
It's an ordinary piece of rag.
Yeah, that's a good thing to pick up when you're in an abandoned house. Sure. Guy's hesitating to pick up the doorknobs, but he's like, ooh, a rag! Yes, definitely this. Alright, well... Our guy did mention that he couldn't really see what was going on in the upstairs bathroom before, because it was too dark up there. But also that, like, it was dark in there because there was some sort of grime all over the mirror. So maybe now that we have some cleaning solution in a rag, we can clean that upstairs window and see what's going on up there? Possibly? Weird that we're solving puzzles by washing windows, but that's scratches for you. Reminds me of frogs and ragtime gals. He does love him some ragtime gals. That's all we know about this character. He's a journalist and he loves him some ragtime gals. Very strange character that they built here. Shady's paranormal investigator. I don't know that our guy believes this is a paranormal situation. We know that there was probably a murder committed in this house. But I don't know if anybody else... It sounded like he was skeptical of the idea that there was something spooky behind it. Alright, can we combine cleaning fluid and rag? Yes.
It's an ordinary piece of rag.
But now it's sudsy.
The rag is too dry to have any effect on the mud.
Ah, we gotta use water as well. Combine rag with can of water. And now we have wet rag with soap on it. There we go. Look, that's beautiful. Good as new. More kind of. We improved it slightly.
I can't tell exactly why, but I don't like this mask one bit. I can't tell exactly why, but I don't like this mask one bit.
Time to leave! Time to go! That's enough Spooky Victorian House for one day. I think we've explored everything ever forever. Let's go. Let's get the hell out of here now. Let's get the hell out of this house and then never come back. I think that's a great idea. What do you think? You guys think getting the hell out of here is a good idea? I'm super down with this idea. Let's freaking leave. Let's just freaking leave. Oh god. Let's just leave. Oh god. Oh god, we can't leave yet. Shit. Oh, I was really hoping we could just bail there. Oh god. Oh, I don't want to be in that house anymore. The feats don't fail shit now. Dragon smoke, welcome in. I was hoping it was GG time. It's not GG time. Oh god. Was there something else we were supposed to see in the bathroom? I don't know. I really didn't want to hang around there after that. The battery is dead. I like how in the base game, Jerry just straight up said, well, that's implausible. Because, yeah, that was a heck of a narrative convenience. Oh, really? That certainly makes things easy for the plot, doesn't it? Doesn't it now? Yeah, it does. Oh god! Oh crap! Run! Run! Oh god, run! No, don't look back! Keep running! Keep running! Running's good! We like running! Oh god! No! Whoa!
Who are you? What are you doing here? Can't you see this place is dangerous? Robin, please forgive me. I had to see you before I returned to my dying bed.
Time to go!
As I hurriedly left Blackwood Manor, I tried putting together what I just experienced, to no avail. I was in shock and couldn't think clearly, and it took many days until I was ready to pass judgment on what I'd seen. The Blackwood estate has now been demolished, and I have arrived at a conclusion. It is clear that the Blackwood family, with the help of this Dr. Milton, kept their son hidden from the public as he was suffering from severe malformations. It is unclear whether he was truly dangerous, or the Blackwoods were simply psychotic. Quite possibly one thing led to another, and this situation ended with the death of Catherine Blackwood. We can finally give some closure to this sad episode in the peaceful town of Rothbury. And yet, there's something I can't quite explain. A missing link, something that just doesn't fit. We may never know what the real heart of the mystery is. But for the time being, this will have to do.
Alright, that was the extra episode there, the last visit. Very nice that our guy just sort of puzzled out the entire mystery from seeing a creepy dude in the bathtub. That seems like a lot of leaps of logic to make to get there, but he did get to most of the right conclusions, so that's handy. Yeah, well, good luck with that whole thing, buddy. I like how Michael just showed up. He's like, hey, just wanted to check in when we're talking. Oh, God! And then the guy that apparently was dying anyway, died a little bit early. And badly. Note to self, bring other people when visiting spooky abandoned mansions. Preferably people that can run slower than you. Also, I like how the reason, like, things went badly for him is because for some reason he just went over the banister? Like, how did that even happen? Did he just back into it real hard? Find out what happens next time in Scratches 2. Scratch harder. I say in the Dragon Ball Z announcer voice. Now, that was definitely an ending. That felt incredibly rushed. Spectacularly rushed. Change your computer's background to the pool zombie. Oh, God! That is horrifying. Scratches Cards, the gambling spin-off, the gacha version of the game. And don't just call your realtor every few hours. Once you've bought the house, you probably don't need to call your realtor that much. Let the people be. Don't be rude to the realtor. Is this the end of the stream? That's actually a good question, because it is still super early here, so we don't necessarily have to end the stream. Aruka, welcome in. How are you doing today, Aruka? Hope you're doing good. It is still wicked early, especially if you're from Boston. Wicked early. I'm not going to do any more Boston accent. You get 2 words. That's it. We're stopping there. Load up the prequel itches. Matt, welcome in. How are you doing today? I was actually concerned that this game was going to be, that the extra episode was going to be super short. So we do have one thing we could play if you wanted. It is another horror game, but it's a horror game that I'm told is short enough can be beaten in one sitting, which is why I've been sitting on it for quite some time, because I'm like, I don't even know if that other game is long enough for one whole stream. And hey, what do you know? We now have with us not a full stream of times worth to kill. So I will leave it up to you. If you folks are not in the mood for another horror game, I totally understand. We could just end the stream here. I'll go play Death Stranding 2 and eat second breakfast. Because what about second breakfast? Or if you guys want to check out a very short horror game, we can do that, definitely. Let's see. Turatark seems up for a horror. Aruka, Gamagumo, Chris Technician. The show must go on. How about streaming more Death Stranding 2, but I haven't streamed Death Stranding 1 first. And we have streamed a bunch of Kojima games, but like, I feel like before I started streaming Death Stranding, I kinda want to look into doing some Metal Gear. And one of the only reasons we haven't done any Metal Gear on the stream is because I'm like, I'm not sure where I want to start with that series. So, I think that's gotta come first. Zorkran Inquisitor, oh man. I've never played that entire game, but I would like to play it on here because I do love a good FMV. How about Illbleed? Oh god. My excuse for that is going to be I don't have a copy of it. I'm not going to ever buy a copy, so I continue having that excuse, but... Reverse chronological order. Oh, God. Nobody cares about the MSX games, but for the podcast that I used to do a while ago with Fat Wizard, I did do a review of the NES Metal Gear Solid, which I'd never beaten before, but I beat it for the podcast. That was actually kind of not bad. Little obtuse in some parts, but not bad. Zork Grand Inquisitor is among my favorite games from when I was little. One of my very first PC games that I ever owned was Zork Nemesis, which I think was the spiritual sequel to Grand Inquisitor. That one was pretty good, but some of the puzzles in there were really tricky. Like obtuse tricky, not like challenging tricky, unfortunately. Alright, so... Oh, Nemesis actually came first. I didn't know that. Based on the way they play out, I would have assumed Nemesis came second. Interesting. Curry Fandor, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing good. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Let's flip over here.